Hello, Free Enterprise fans. I'm Starman, joined by Entry Dave tonight. Hey, Entry.
Hey, Starman. I'm looking forward to a great race tonight. How about you?
Yep. We have, I believe, the last match for both of these teams tonight in the Eblan Elixir League, and we're in the Potion Party flag set at the moment. Which, I mean, your shops, well, your chests are filled with nothing but gold, and your shops have all the good items.
That they do, but you need that gold in order to buy the items.
Yep. We have on access things like ninja blades and maybe Excalibur crystal swords, although those are a little hefty. But we don't have Cecil readily available.
No, we don't. He is restricted, and Fu is sitting this one out.
Fu's on vacation.
Yeah, Fu will be back from his vacation in a month.
We still have
Viridius start, so looking for that Bahamut orb.
A Bahamut orb, like a Leviathan orb, is just fine. Perhaps even Sylph. Is Sylph glitch on the flag set?
It certainly is.
Then that would be huge early. The other things we're looking for is probably a strong physical, like frontline, like, I don't know, Edge. Edge here would be very good because he pairs quite well with Viridia, because she's so slow and he's so fast.
I wouldn't mind an Edge start. A Sid to back her up is nice too. As Chap pointing out, yeah, we need the Darkness Crystal. We have, as you can see, we have 4 Darkness Crystal objectives.
So the Darkness Crystal in a way underground is go mode. Oh, and we're off. We have Viridia Emporium, not the highest power start.
Team Small Child to start things off, and, well, I know our runners are going. That's a whole lot of money.
Yeah, that's the money rock. Usually in, like, these flag sets, it's the loot rock, but here, money rock.
So I'm putting the over-under on the treasury today at, let's say 320,000 GP. What do you got?
Sounds right to me. I have not opened the treasure yet in this flag set. The Earth Rock has not come up for me at a time when I have gone down there. So I don't know how much money the treasury can have at this point. I'm about to find out.
And both runners going straight there as one would expect.
I like this play if I'm starting with, like, I don't know, a secondary Tella or, like, you have the Earth Rock. Because this is a whole bunch of money very concentrated in one spot.
Get all your early looting done by the minute 30 mark.
Here, and like a trip to F1K will probably be all the money you need for the rest of the seed. Probably. Unless it's, like, not that good. And we're seeing some big numbers.
Yeah. 42.
Big numbers, big prices. We love it.
95. So there was an X-Gal in there.
Sometimes you just need the cash.
I think we hit the over on that one.
Only $620 in that one. Not like, you know, the greatest thing in the world, but it's there. Infinious is clearing this place out as well. Both of our runners are going to exit here for a variable, like, mountain of gold. And they'll probably go straight into Troya here to, you know, check out and see what's in those shops. There might be, like, a Bahamut summon for Iridia where you can, like, afford that right off the bat. There might be a heroine robe and armor bow and arrows. We've sought those on Forum, and she is a tiny little murder child. We have a white shirt instead. Not quite as exciting. Infinious is going to buy it, though, because that is almost definitely the best piece of armor for Forum and Rosa if you're going the casting route.
And later on the seed, you may want to go down that road.
Leviathan is huge. It's one of the things we're lucky for to get Riddy off the ground. She just needs some MP in order to cast that. Maybe you find a Stardust Rod, a Sorcerer Shirt, and like a little crown for her, and she is rocking heavy casting power and can roll through most of the early game. So both runners are going to pick that up, and going to pick up some Ethers. Those are handy if you don't really feel like going back to a save point to pop a tent or a cabin. Because that takes time, and
Also,
I'd like to zoom a bit.
Yeah. Also, sometimes you just don't find the cabins right away. They're buried on the hook route.
So Crystal Rain, I would actually pick one of these up. Those are very handy. I don't think you need more than the one, because it's a speed boost. And well, we have a Charm Rod. That is basically good enough for Radia's casting power.
That Sammy bow is interesting. That's something you get to start at least. But I honestly like Crystal Rings because it's still 20 defense in the back row. That's going to allow you to shrug off a lot of stuff.
I believe it also... Does it ignore paralysis, or is it... Oh, Samurai Bow.
Yes, ignores paralysis. I think the other two statuses. I think Charm. I know it stops breath from hitting, so it's got to stop one of those effects.
Bandanas are pretty big pickups. We have a Cecil in the bed. So we know that the Paladin is in play.
Here we see, one of the most annoying bosses in Grand Enterprise right there.
The Kaipo Grandma.
I just hear her saying, I'm busy shopping, get out of my way.
Kaipo has returned. And now we're probably going to see... Yeah, Silvera is not a bad place to go. I see we're going to be checking the front of Mount Hobbs for a summon here. Not a bad thing in case it's Titan. Bandana.
Nothing of interest there.
Chain Whip. Assassin Dagger. Charm Rod.
Would you like even more magic restoration?
Yes, the answer is yes. Infinious is continuing to do a shopping loop because, this team does not quite have early game power.
That summon's not going to do much this seed, unfortunately.
Avenger and Mute Arrows.
The Mute Arrows are interesting paired with that Samurai Bow. That can get you started.
Imagine. And a cane!
Infinious is going to be happy when he sees that.
Welcome to the most vanilla location for this boss, because this is the vanilla location for this boss.
Vanilla location, more importantly, that's a vessel for the Avenger.
And Infinious is about to find out that he has all he needs to clear the seed. Avenger Kane. Just all he needs.
Great. I always thought, all you need is love.
No.
Are you saying the Beatles lied to me?
Hard Cold Steel is much better than love in this case. Mom Bomb about to explode. Infinious back row glitching King.
get the Corfax on immediately, get the back row glitch set up, and then fortunately Kane started with a Flame Spear, which would be nice for clearing these bombs out.
Neongrey's having a rough go of it because the bombs because Rydia died and Kane also got trucked. They're not doing anything to Porm at the moment though, because I have to assume Porm has something good on.
Yeah, Porm has actual armor equipped. Well, the Crystal Ring, which again gives you all that defense in the back row.
And it does not matter anymore because they're about to explode.
Yeah, unfortunately, Explode doesn't care about your defense.
Okay, I expect you to perish. Well, that's unfortunate.
Explode's going on Infinious side, but Infinious got some damage on these bombs.
And should survive. Even if it's just Kane who survives, should survive.
Neon Green side said they will go back later.
Look at all these things that'd be great. Including Charm Arrows. Charm Arrows are like one of the things that makes Eblan Castle a little bit like less daunting. You find the Mad Ogre chest and you equip those and you go to town.
And we see their Charm Samurai. That form's gonna do some work.
Sophia is also very handy.
Infinious says, I have an Avenger Kane. Time to go.
Baron time.
Time to go play Free Enterprise the Auto Battler again.
Remember when Porm was allowed to have equipment? Not anymore.
You couldn't even let her have the white shirt?
Where we're going, all we need is Kane. Okay, maybe put on the white shirt. We have an Edward in the inn. Not the most exciting thing. This party right now is just Kane babysitting 3 small children. Okay, 2 small children and Eddie. That is not a very...
I would say it's disrespectful to Eddie, but no, you're exactly correct.
This is a good place to see Leviathan. Both because it's slow, and because I don't believe this place has much magic attack. The only thing you really fear here are the autos. And Leviathan does not auto.
And that first attack just does % damage, and everyone who's standing can shrug it off.
So we have the hook. That is hook route. That is our way underground, quite possibly. It's not. The magma key might still be available.
Yeah, unless our runners decide they want to chase down the magma key.
But our runners also have Zot as an objective, and they got the Earth Rock like instantly, so they might go up and do that first. Because they can clear off one of the spots down in the underground, like the King and Queen of Monsters. You do Zot, and you don't have to do one of those, and Zot's going to be usually much easier.
I would agree with that. Zot can be scary at times. Zot can be scary if it's exactly certain bosses, but King's Spot can be real scary if it's, say, DKC there.
Yeah.
DKC there basically says this is now a 7 of 8 seed, because you're not doing that.
So the chance of like cutting off a spot that is much harder to deal with. Oh, hello, Golbez up on the mountain. Does Infinious sit through this? Let's find out.
The Outdoors Comedy Club's in session.
Because there is an argument to be made for just saying, I know Cecil is in the seed, but I have to sit through Golbez and whatever is behind Golbez and a cutscene for something that might not even be of value.
And we know the magma key cannot be here. Because the force magma flag means it has to be our logical underground access.
Oh, okay. Neon Grey making much better work of these bombs this time.
Yeah,
Getting that.
Yeah, the Thor Rage doing some work.
The Thor Rage eliminating the primary problem, in fact. Picks up her cane. Oh, their cane. And is on their way. So now they are going to probably... They're probably going to try to remember if they've seen the event. I don't know if they saw the Avenger or not. They might go pick one of those up if they didn't already.
I don't believe I saw Neon go to Mysidia.
She does have a decent... They do have a decent... Excuse me, I'm catching myself here. They do have a decent starting thing for Kane. And as soon as Porum gets berserking, that adventure is a lot more superfluous. It's nice to have, but it's not necessary.
Okay, I could be incorrect, and I thought the Avenger came from Mysidia.
I believe they would have to check Solera for that Avenger.
Mysidia, Silvera, close enough. And one Dark Imp taken directly to the cleaners.
And we have a water hag at the bottom of Antlion Cave. Everyone get out your, like, womp womp the womps for this poor water hag. Although if you don't kill it right away, you have to sit through this. Enjoy! Infinious is through both of the first two fights on Mount Ordeals. He is about to see what is in the shrine up here.
Without the Leviathan's orb to replace
the Leviathan orb he just used.
Yep. Always good to keep one around.
Well, he is about to wash away Mylon. And Neon Grey, they have finished up the water hag fight. Let's see what they get.
Wow.
Well, huh. By finishing this, Infinious has ensured that a Cecil, because we know Cecil is in the seed, can be found, and he'll be ready to go of the full Paladin package. Neon Grey has gone over to Baron. They are going to go find their Eddie.
And possibly more importantly, the hook.
Well, I mean, I was getting to that, but what's more important than Edward? Really?
Hold on, let me consult my giant scroll of things. It's still unfolding.
No, there's Urubicante. They jumped at him. He died. And Infinious is going to hit Tarazat. This is pretty good. There's 2 character checks up here. There could be, and there's a trap chest. That's a key item check. And clearing this place is a key item check. He's probably hoping for a Cecil up here.
This Leviathan... Fortunately, once we get... Hopefully we get... That's a Sylph being cast. Just to... Oh, we're just going to have soggy noodles everywhere in Baron Inn.
Looking for the trap chest up here, and maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't. Leviathan playing the party on ice.
And Leviathan wishing to show us it is the superior noodle.
The strongest noodle.
The good news is everyone's at more than 25% HP, so if a big wave comes out, the entire party should be able to shrug it off.
Well, here's a big wave coming out. Because I believe it's 2 casts of ice, then a big wave, then another cast of ice, and a big wave, then another 2 casts, and then a big wave.
Yeah, I'm picturing Infinious right now, whistling for the doggo.
And the very last check, a chest he checks, of course.
But neongrey getting through a Leviathan, very, very well done given that start.
Edward getting punched out on Infinious's edge. He does not care.
It is tradition.
And we get a never mind.
Wow.
Hey, Eddie.
Okay, Eddie, now you're useful.
So that'll be
Congratulations, Edward. Welcome to being allowed to stay conscious.
I would assume the weak link now for Infinious' party is Rydia.
Yeah, Porum at least still uses white magic.
And if we see, like, I don't know, a Rosa up here, I suspect that Porum is not long for this world either. Oh, hello, dolls. Well,
I think Rydia's got something for these things. Although, we here in the comms booth would like to remind you, do not put your dolls in the power washer like this.
if they do not target Rydia, they will perish, and they are now going to perish. I think we're about to see some route divergence from neongrey because they are going to go release the hovercraft and possibly go underground. Infinious, having seen Golbez, is probably not going to save here. If I'm going to guess. Yep, there he goes. Straight on in. Hi, Edward! Great to seeing you here.
Sheep Watch by a Wyvern could be tricky. True, there are some nasty, nasty Witchburns out there.
Okay, but hear me out. Wyvern will retreat.
I'm thinking Wyvern with party-wide charm and Eddie carving up the party again.
Well, hello, and there's the Cecil. neongrey down here, they are hunting for the trap chest in the Eblan Cave.
Although with party-wide charm wouldn't even hit everyone because the crystal rings negate it.
Oh, at this point, Infinious is hoping. Hi, Wyvern.
Okay, so in chat called for Wyvern.
and everyone's going to sleep, or not. It's about time for the counter nukes to come out. It hasn't even put the wall up yet. Come on, Wyvern.
Pollen does some amount of damage and inflicts sap on everyone. I'm not sure what uses it. Probably one of the tree enemies. Like maybe one of the trees outside Zot.
neongrey is not opening up all these boxes. Have they found the trap chest yet?
I haven't seen it. We might want the character first.
That would be reasonable. Well, it's another Kane. Hello, Kane. So we're about to see what the other key item, possible key item, is from Zot. If this is the Darkness Crystal, this will be hilarious. And a little tragic. Catclaw, okay. Nothing particularly useful, but there's like a...
Plus one objective was the real reward from that. Because now we can fade a stinky fight.
Infinious going down to check Antlion, what they're trying to get out of the Antlion cave, find it's a defense sword, and like go, okay. neongrey is about to hit Eblan Castle up.
It's a reasonable play. There are 3 traps in here, very likely to find at least one key item. And if you don't find a key item, there's a decent chance you walk out of here with a shiny stick for the paladin.
That you know exists. And even then, maybe you just leave here with a whole bunch of money.
And there's the power of Avenger Kane. We don't even see the start of, or Anna doesn't even make an appearance in this fight.
A defense sword is a handy weapon to have for your Cecil, but I would argue you'll probably find something better. Oh no, he's exiting with it. I don't think neongrey has found a single one of the trap chests in there. There they go. And it's this one, of course it is.
Yeah, this is one of the 2 in here I really like throwing an hourglass at.
An hourglass and Leviathan summon, and thanks for playing, Solman and Skullman Chest.
We won't miss you.
Alright, let's see what they got. They got...
the package. One for the pile.
Yeah, sure. It's a key item, I guess. At this point, it's probably not like the most exciting key item to find when you have the party rock and... Infinious equipping the white shirt to their Cecil. With a cane, with a cane and a
Yeah, look. I think you're thinking the same thing.
With a cane and a Cecil, you know, in a seat somewhere, and like a party rock burning a hole in your pocket, I would say the package is not particularly exciting.
No, honestly, on Infinious' side, nah, there is no. I wouldn't even so much as look at the package.
Oh yes, and we also have a Spoon Lord,
Yeah,
who is dying horribly, but you know, Spoon Lord.
Like you just said, you have Kane, you have Cecil, you have Spoonward. What really improves this party?
Rosa, mostly, but there's better places.
Rose is not. I don't think Rose is enough of an upgrade over Porum to make it worth sitting through a package cutscene.
Infinious is picking up their package.
I see Chad is wishing violence right now.
Ah, yes. The true joy.
And neongrey, we see an Odin hit.
Good job, Odin. An assassin dagger for your troubles.
I think we could do a little bit better than that.
I don't think our runners are going to go back, are going to be looking for you to go back to Mist. I don't think it had anything that they like really wanted.
No, I didn't see anything super valuable there. Ah, there's our Blackout Lamia in the basement.
A quick casting from Leviathan from Neon, they will be through this fight and be on their merry way. As we know, cats hate water, and I guess snakes probably do too.
Most snakes are perfectly fine swimming.
Hey!
Well, it's 215,000 our runners do not have to spend tonight.
Infinious is going to find out and be very, very happy here in a moment. And Neon Grey is leaving the Eblan region, probably going to go, I don't know. Yep, looking like they're headed toward, no? They're going to check out the character out from the package.
We are doing a package check.
Balamb, nope.
No.
Not worth it.
Not even worth it as a warp caster because we have Rydia. So, looking at everything our runners have done, I think we may have a rogue Beamist somewhere. Or one of the hook route traps has it.
Hook route trap. Just and buying so many charm arrows for your tiny murder child or this guy.
Sheep Launcher saying it could be in Fabul. I thought someone did Fabul defense already.
I don't think we've seen Fabul defense. I believe Infinious came here to shop and then left. Hello, Flurry. Thank you for raiding. We're just, well, a little bit underway. We're about 30 minutes in. We have one objective up on the board.
I hope your stream went well, Flurry.
King and Queen Eblan are attacking Fabul. This is not a potential.
Yeah, we definitely haven't seen the Fabul defense because I don't remember seeing this boss come up.
Well, you're going to see this boss go away here.
We do see okay, that was just perfectly timed. So it looked like the wave swept across the entire screen.
Excellent sync up from both of our runners. And Infinious picks up his crystal sword. Cecil is now entirely online. In fact, I think the only thing Infinious cares about at this point is probably equipment. Baron Key. Actually, I don't know if Neon Grey peeked who was in the bed in Kaipo.
Neon may not know about the Cecil.
Nope, there she goes. There you go. Ugh. I need my brain to stop for a moment.
Oh, that's easy. Just don't turn it on.
Well, we know where the spoon is, we know where a crystal sword is, we know where Cecil is, that is readily available and as an objective. We're going to find... Neon, they are going to find Golbez up here.
And our tracker sheep launcher is pointing out Infinious may just run down the hook route.
Yep, there's 2 trap chests here. They will be basically done for the overworld when they finish this.
And we still have Baron Castle and a potential D-Mist hanging out somewhere.
But with a Cecil on, a Crystal Sword Cecil on deck and like all these other things, the hook route probably is not that scary. And with a Berserk casting Quorum on hand, he's just going to go for it. He does not need to move that Avenger off of Kane. Oh, that's unfortunate kills for from Golbez for Neon. They're gonna have to pick up at least Iridia or Kane. Did we see what was in that trap chest?
That was a firebomb. Infinious said no. I don't even want to pick this up. The extra inventory spot is more valuable.
Wow, such value. Well, here's another Kane. We cannot have duplicates, so this Kane is going to disappear forever. Neon Gray, they are
sort of strange existential state where there's 2 Kanes merging. I don't understand it.
the Dark Imps just go away. Neon washes their hands of the Dark Imps, and they're going to go find out that what's hiding in the sanctum here is another Leviathan orb, and like, you know, something else to wash away.
I believe it was a Mylon Z to wash into the abyss.
Hourglass comes out. I love these Mad Ogre chests if I have a Kane, because I'm like, hey, I'll get a couple some Bacchus wine. That's nice. Zerkine Cecil telling him to go to town.
Eddie's decided to do what Eddie does best in this kind of fight.
Hide.
Well, you got 4 ogres staring at you. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near them either.
Cecil doing work. Radio doing work for Neon. They are through the fight. They have promoted Cecil to Paladin.
That's a fantastic promotion if you think about it.
Now all they need to do is go up Zot and, like, you know, get a spoon for their Edward and a Cecil and go to town.
Well, there it is. Bag the key in the second to last chest on the hook route.
Well, it's time to leave the hook route. We don't have to do this anymore. What bosses are done here? We don't care. Well, we do care a little bit if one of them's D-Mist.
What are the chances that it's exactly D-Mist there holding the darkness?
Now that we've cursed at 100%. Neon is about to go check out Mysidia. They are our first one to do so. And find an Avenger. Okay, it was in Mysidia. We were all wrong.
But Adventure Cane's still very good to have.
For about 40 minutes is about where I'd expect to be getting underground if I've done like a whole bunch of the overworld.
Yeah, throwing in Zot and Magma being at the end of the hook route, that's not a terrible overworld time. That's actually a pretty good overworld time with all that extra stuff thrown in.
Especially doing ordeals when you might not need to. At this point,
the Ordeals Comedy Club.
And I would expect Infinious at this point is mostly just looking for like power shirts, ninja hats, things like that. Just everything to strap on to all these physical bruisers and Edward and watch them go to town.
Wow, Edward just catching all the shade this race.
Look, sometimes Eddie's worth it.
I'm not sure Eddie does know what he did.
What Eddie did was not dodge enough big bane hits in order to stay up and keep hitting the boss. neongrey doing what we do. Well, ooh, heroin robes. Those are huge. Oh no, those have been bigger when we only had Porum and Rydia. Now they're just kind of middling.
They are still very nice to speed your white mage up so she can keep up with everyone else. That's a gauntlet to start off Dwarf Castle.
Oh, just what you'd love to see. Well, in a better place, this would be your EXP grind. Here, it's just slow and tedious, and yeah, it makes you want to go to sleep. At least it's not orbs. neongrey getting the news that there is indeed a spoon in the seed and it's readily available. Edward has become as gods, and they will be probably very pleased to find that.
And I'm even more pleased to find what comes shortly afterwards.
Armadillos. I mean, this is decent experience for this point in the game. This will actually get you set up for your entire underground. Although in some cases well, Edward is that's not Edward, that's Kane.
While we're at Neon taking on the tower, Infinious rapidly going through this gauntlet. I'll look to shout out behind the scenes crew. We got Alicel who's rolled this seed. Very generous to our runners today. Cheap Launcher pushing all the buttons. We got our runners, neongrey and Infinious, putting on a show for us. And my co-commentator, Starman.
Hi, it's me.
It's been a pleasure so far. You did more than roll this seed, Alicel. You're also a restreamer.
Well, neongrey, they have gone back to save, which is smart. There's a wyvern here. Although it's not a very threatening wyvern.
I don't know. I live in New England. Have you two a policy against like here? Give it another week or two, and my car will change from its silvery white to green.
Well, as I say, that sounds like a you problem. For our runners tonight, they do not care. Pollen is probably one of the weaker witch burns. Now, I don't expect there should be any issue here for Neon, yes?
No, pollen, it's damage and sap. You can pretty much just Avenger Kane and hold A through the fight. Hey, speaking of that Rosa we were talking about.
Well, do we see her replace form? Yes, we do.
That makes sense. You still have the warriors that you can use to get Rosa some levels. In fact, it might not be a terrible idea to not let Rosa get XP here.
I mean, how close are we to tanky it?
Because then you can go down to the Fey March and sling Rosa off the warriors.
This spot has a pretty decent amount of money, though. I mean, well, EXP, almost as much as the warrior chest does.
Especially if you take out the officer,
which they did.
This is still somewhere in the 20 range, or exactly 20.
And that's almost all you need. She should be about level 17 right now. Neon Grey, they are leaving the tower. They got their first objective on the board. They have a Cecil. They're ready to roll.
Yep, we just need Neon to go down the hook round and take those 2 traps. Well, the second trap, I guess.
What's a Staleman chest? Never heard of it.
Miserable pile of secrets, I think.
Also, we have Reddy as our hero. We have Edward, we have Porum, we have Kane, we have Cecil, we have Rosa. We are missing one character.
Hey, that's half a Mist Whip.
Maybe. And the Sand Ruby. Hey, if you didn't get your Cecil from VOD, here you go. Clearing. We see a little bit of inventory clearing from Neon, which is smart.
Chat point out we actually do know who all 7 characters are.
Oh yeah, we saw Balamb package. So anything you have for, say, Edge or Sid or Tella. Not particularly. Oh, hey, power shirts. Those are big. Give me 3 of those. Or slap them on
Yeah, Baron Armor Shop has the strength goods.
It is now suns out, guns out for all the boys. And they're big, big weapons. Like crystal swords and spoons.
I'm sorry, now you got a picture of, Eddie flexing and it's just think about that for a second. Neon just decided to go through Baron.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad choice. Because it could be your Magma Key, it could be almost anything, really. It could be the Darkness Crystal, and this will slingshot Neon into great heights.
Right, because we are pretty much Darkness Go mode.
With 4 objectives tied to the silly thing, yeah.
Yeah, that happens sometimes in this flag set. If you're really lucky, you get 5 tied to it. If you're really, really lucky, you get 6 tied to it. That being forged in hair dryers.
Tower key from the chart chest down in the Fey Merch. I mean, that would take me towards the tower. There's 4 trout chests and 2 key item checks. That's pretty nice.
We're gonna do our freebie first and see what we're dealing with down there.
Hey, Crystal. Hey, here's a rock. It's useless. You can show it to you can show it to the enemies.
It's shiny. Does that count for anything?
No.
Oh.
Dragoon armor. Not the best thing to find. Hey, it's just randomized. Alice, say. Allie, help.
Eh. Sometimes you just want scoops of vanilla. I understand.
Well, we're going to see if we can wash away Kenaza with his own element. We did most of it.
Ew. Well, the good news, we have a bard. So this is actually not a terrible Feymarch.
If we had a moon veil, that crushy door would be real free.
Honestly, it's with how hard that spot hits. It's if you have a ribbon, that spot's free already. Slap the ribbon on Eddie, hide him immediately.
Rosa, Neon has decided they like their form enough that they're not going to take the Rosa. So we're going to see if Neon Grey gets any value out of this little dive. And considering how hard that Fey March is going to hit, maybe finding a way of just going no to it would be real nice. Oh, hey there, Artemis Will. What was that?
Just a Stardust Rod from Baron Castle. I think the shopkeep from the armor shop right or in the same town, or the weapon shop in the same town, threw that in the bin.
Well, that's not. It's not what you're hoping for going through a long check of cutscenes like that, but. Well, Neon Grey, they are most likely going to go to either. What do they have left on the Overworld?
A Demist Hunt or potential Demist Hunt and the 2 hook route traps.
Yep. I will say, I mean, there's a good chance this is also vanilla. It is not. It's just a Dark Knight.
Neon may have forgotten about the 2 traps. Hopefully, he didn't forget about the 2 traps on the hook route. So
the alert chests up in well, they're just going to get wrecked by Kane anyway. But these chests up in Lower Babel, those are actually very handy to have a Thunderclaw for, or some way of hitting Thunder weakness.
Or just something with a crystal sword.
Or, you know, a Sid with a hammer. That works too. Either way, you hit those, they're like quad weakness, and they just evaporate in most cases. Which makes these very, very, very quick checks. Sometimes.
Okay, now going back to the hook route.
Monster in a box. But a Kane with an Avenger and enough levels will do the trick just fine.
Really, it's any way to do 1500 damage.
Hey, another Asura summon. Yay! Would you like a 1 in 3 chance of maybe getting the full heal you want? Oh, no, I get 2 and 3. Most of the time, from my experience with like rolling Asura, it's just like, yay.
Have a life 1.
Yeah. Although I don't know why, but I feel like Lower Babel is a little bit cursed on the trap chest, because every time I've been up here, I've been like getting a whole bunch of like fancy gear and like, thanks for trying. With a fond slap on the back. And so it sends me off with like an assassin dagger and maybe a crystal sword.
Antlion, I guess it makes sense. You got multiple claws, you can control and the big old googly eyes lets you watch multiple controls at once.
And it's dead. And we have Stallman. They're going to get washed away by Leviathan.
And then we're going to be sad. Again.
Well, Neon's one who's going to be sad when they find that firebomb. Woohoo!
I find it amusing that both brothers just took one look at that and went, no. I'd rather have literally anything else.
Kane destroying another eye. And what do we get? Nothing! Money armor. Armor is for money and nothing else. Because you can't. The only way to use that armor and still have Berserk is with an Avenger. And I don't use it for that exact reason.
It's good for cover strats.
Infinious going up to check the boss at the top of Eblan. Finds it's a sparkle setting off another sparkle.
Well, shit, your first mistake was buying an REM CD.
I mean, that would be nice, but... Hey, Plague! Would you like to meet my good friend, Avenger Kane? And quite possibly Crystal Sword Cecil if we get around to Rose's turn.
And maybe a nice Spoonward as well. Yeah, you see the real problem play cause right there. Just how much lag that Leviathan had.
Yeah, after a point, especially if you have like a Bahamut on hand, Leviathan is a much slower cast and does it, and can cause a little bit of lag, so you want to use something that's like, you know, faster, if not more MP efficient.
In this case, it's the counts that cause it to just crawl across the screen. And there's your darkness. Just go up the tower.
That's go mode. Infinious is in go mode. He just needs to figure out how to deal with one of the fights down in the Fey March, or both of them. You might prefer both of them.
Yep. Oh,
and then go up to the moon.
With the ribbon, the evil wall is now free.
You slap that on Eddie and you go hide.
Yep. You hide, wait for the evil wall to get to crush phase. It may not even get there, depending how quickly it finishes off the rest of the party. This is going to be punching itself for almost 3,000 attack. The guards can be a little bit rude. If you have any sort of mage slaying gear, they get somewhat nicer.
Oh, that back row glitch. And I don't really want to fight them if we don't have like no free boss. If we have no free bosses on, because you can't silence them and prevent like their counterattack stuff. You have to sit through that with the boss flag and everything on. And it's a lot worse for the towns when when they're just constantly casting mini or piggy on you.
And chat pointing out the ribbon helps with them too for a few reasons. If you go cover Cecil. One, the ribbon gives mage resist, which is nice against them.
Oh right, yes it does, and so they can't like status effect Cecil. Never mind, just go to town.
Yeah, you can. Cecil can't be minied, so he can continue to cover away. And it said the ribbon gives the mage resist. They are mage type, so they'll do half damage. Well, they get half attack. They might just swing for 1 at that point.
So yes, you just take out both of these. Right, Infinious is unleashing the whale, and Neon, they are about to cast Blarg a whole bunch. Friendship ended with Leviathan. Bahamut, new best friend.
Where are we picking up from here? Interesting choice.
Huh.
Maybe Infinious went to second blink caster for the moon.
I mean, I guess on average, Cecil and Eddie would be doing more damage. And there's points where you don't really want to go into every fight with Avenger equipped.
Right, and we can get the kid a nice slingshot off the hair dryers up here. I'm fairly certain she's been out of the party long enough that she should be 5 levels below.
So Infinious is probably going up to the moon. He's going to clear out all the objectives we have up here, get a whole bunch of experience, and then head back to the Fey March, over-leveled and angry.
Or we're just going straight to K value and see what's here.
And actually, with 2 blink casters, do the behemoth fights down here count as random counters?
The behemoths?
I don't think they do.
The behemoths in K value are not affected by, or they are affected by no XP.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought Forum was out further. She is not 5 levels below.
Okay. We're making sure that, Infinious at least, is making sure that Edward has as much of a chance of surviving a direct hit as he possibly can. It may or may not help him.
1% is what you're saying.
I like to be optimistic in my prognoses. 2%.
You're like optimistic, but then you remember who it is.
Neon Grey is dealing with the gauntlet at Dwarf Castle. They are a bit behind at this point, especially depending on how long it takes them to go up Babel.
And they will still need to clear still need to at least check the Feymarch. We'll probably take out the warriors.
And they'll get the tower key from that. Well, oh, hey, Miss Dragon!
It's just rude.
By the way, we're putting on the defense sword because Miss Dragon, they absorb holy element. They are resistant to it. Goodbye, Edward!
Edward did not find a 2% chance to survive getting punched.
At this spot, are you kidding me? There's nothing on Earth that would save him here. Or I guess the moon. We're on the moon. There's nothing on the moon that would save him here. Not that poor fares much better. But getting, like, say, a blink up on Eddie would be real handy here.
And the good news is, you're about to have a bunch of time to do that.
Because Demas likes to alternate between being targetable and not being targetable. Letting loose the Leviathan on Demist. And
Man.
Neon has completed Zot. So they are, on the board.
And Neon unleashing the power of a dragon god in Dwarf Castle. It's a little bit of overkill.
Neon cast Blarg. I see we have Berserk the Edward. Not that the Mist Dragon's doing any damage here.
No, but watching all those cold mist calendars, it does damage to my soul.
As it does to us all. Alright, Berserk Cecil, endless.
Neon managed to get 2 Medusa arrow drops out of that gauntlet.
The value. Well, actually, no, Medusa arrows do have value.
Yeah, they sell for quite a bit.
And I mean, they can basically insta-kill something for you. Please, Mist Dragon, perish.
I heard you wanted more cold mist. Because guess what you're getting?
I mean, does coldness come in zero sugar varieties? Because it looks like it. Woo!
For that, you want Mist 0.
I was like wondering what hit Edward there, and I'm like, oh yes, Cecil. There's float on Rosa. We do not care. A free crystal rain for fighting the Demus at K value, and that's another objective on the board for Infinious.
I can only imagine there's a moon dive coming. Or an LST dive.
I mean, we have 2 altars we need to go kill here, and we have only so much time left. I would give Infinious, let's see, but Legend Sword, that's one half of, yeah.
Yeah, that was the half of Mistwhip I mentioned earlier.
Who's on the throne? No one cares. We've seen all the characters, and I don't think Infinious is taking anyone else here.
Yeah, because Rydia is our hero, we know exactly what the Supersmith Forge has to be. Yeah, Tybalt, to answer your question, we have Baron Guards on the right and Evil Wall on the left. The Evil Wall with a Ribbon and Edward is fairly free.
Looks like Infinious is diving for the Masamune altar first.
That makes sense, you're up here already. May as well just take out the objectives.
Neon is about to go through all of these silly little trap chests and get nothing of value from them because that's the way of lower Babel.
But
So
we
maybe
do know
a
the
ribbon.
real value is at the top of the tower.
Hey, it's probably going to save here because the Masamune altar can be scary sometimes.
Have we seen Dark Knight Cecil yet?
Yes, actually, at Mist Cave.
All right. Magus Sisters are generally kind of scary down here. Rubicon is hilarious down here. Dark Imps could be a problem.
We've seen Dark Imps, we've seen Gauntlet, we've seen Rubicante.
We've seen Baron Guards. Bigan?
I think it's a possibility. Could also be orbs, just to drag things out. Bigan, it is! Turk that Eddie. Cover that Eddie.
And punch that Rydia. No, I will not stop.
Orm is dead, but you know what? She lived a good life.
Yeah, Rose got some kind of magic defense. The vampire only did 200.
Just tossing out a casual Leviathan to nuke the arms.
Oh, Neon finding the adamant rock. It was in the last chest in Lower Babel. I believe Infinious skipped right past that.
Well, that is at least an objective for Neon. They can go down to, I believe, Feymarch, clear out those two chests, go up to the moon, get Cave Value done and dealt with, and then do the Murasami altar, which is generally easier to deal with than the Masamune one, and possibly beats Infinious to the punch.
And now Neon can look at two stinky bosses and go, nah, not dealing with you today.
So, for Neon, they do not need to deal with the Feymarch at all. They can get this and just go straight to the moon.
And with the Bigan down, we get a free ribbon. Neon Grey through the plague, they'll get their darkness crystal.
They'll be in go mode with one less objective of that to worry about.
And with two to skip, you might skip one of the Feymarch bosses and the Giant.
Phineas has to make a choice between doing the Giant and one of the Feymarch bosses, or or this and both Feymarch bosses.
Yeah, 'cause I'm honestly not sure what at the Mirror Altar is stopping this party.
I mean, something fun at the Mirror Altar could slow the party down.
And honestly, you have to do the Feymarch anyway. I think you fade the Giant.
I think I agree with that because the Giant is just slow. Oh, it's elementals. This is relatively quick and easy.
The tower key was completely unimportant. Now we're gonna see if Neon shows us the amazing wild cocoa shop. That's actually one of the better cocoa board shops I've seen. At Drain Spirits, if you have a ninja, Bahamut Orb. Coco is putting in work in the forge this seed. Fiery, yes. Neon has been throwing blargs around.
It's looking like Infinious is coming down here for their last two objectives. He will probably get through this just fine. Neon Gray gets a nice shiny rock. That'll be a great paperweight.
It's a souvenir for finishing the seed.
What exactly are these stats on the Mistwolf? Can anyone tell me?
15 wisdom, it's 100 attack, and does holy damage.
That, I mean, that's kind of a side grade. It's good for if you want Radius to both hit things and or cast spells.
Let me tell you about a certain scene from Baron Hero's Journey Season 1. Or was it Season 2?
Infinious down here to fight his two final bosses. Starting with these nerds. Because these are technically mages.
I only bring that up because I saw Alchemy in chat earlier.
Berserk. Eddie.
I believe it was a Mistwhip Rydia going zerking through that Crystal Sword Val.
Goodness, that's a lot of Baron guards. Anyway, oh, good night, Edward. Radiant can still cast Leviathan at these two, and that.
Yep. And they do not counter summons, just the magic command.
Eddie hitting for a whole 8 damage because he's trying real hard.
Eddie's fine. He's wielding a teeny tiny little spoon. Right, and Shape's pointing out in vanilla, you won't have a summoner when you fight these things. And that got me thinking, what is the teeny tiny little spoon used for? I honestly don't know.
That spoon is the sharpest thing in Sheila's, like, cutlery drawer. A Masamune! Hey, first edge! Not here? Oh, okay.
kind of cutlery does Sheila use?
Don't worry about it.
If the spoon is the sharpest thing, that means either soup is extremely dangerous, or those knives aren't doing anything.
Well, Cecil can take these hits. And there's enough Cure 3s in that inventory to go around, so this should be fine.
Yeah, we're not gonna bother with hide strats here. We just... If Eddie's got Ribbon, you can Zerk him on. If he gets Crush Face, it doesn't matter.
Like, I suspect you could just Berserk Eddie and Cecil, put blinks up on the two of them and go to town. This should be relatively trivial for Infinious at this point.
We just see neongrey taking another swing at these guards. Just need Riddy to stay up long enough to get a second cast off.
Like, that is a serrated spoon Edward is, like, wielding here.
Those are terrifying words.
I know what I said. Turn those little grapefruit spoons, like, you know, with the cutting edges.
You can't prove a thing, Allie.
Infinious' true evil wall is about to get the last objective pop up, and he should be done any second now. And that is time for Infinious. So can we get GG's out in chat for him? I do not know if he'll be joining us a voice. I assume probably. Yep, there he is.
We are joined by Infinious. GG's Infinious.
GG's, thank you. I think I can't go away with one there. Did not play as well as I could have, but we take those, I guess.
This one felt pretty straightforward, considering we had 4 objectives on the moon, meaning Darkness Crystal was hard required.
Yeah, and after I was looking at watching the spoiler go through and realized, hang on. When I saw the location of the Adamant Rock, I went, oh, I must have miscounted. I miscounted on my climb up Lower Babel. Oops.
Yeah, you could have been done slightly faster had you picked that up, and not have to deal with evil wall shenanigans.
Oh, honestly, that was not the one. That would have been the one I faded, because like as soon as I picked up that crystal armor from a random trap chest, I actually, I knew I could have a double white mage set up. That was actually, if I was going to fade anything, no, if I had that, it would have been the Master Altar because of the walk, if anything.
Makes
That's
sense.
fair.
I mean, because like, so part of, when I went to do shopping in Tomra, when I saw the ribbon and the ribbons for sale and the rune ring for sale, that was to prepare for that, completely prepare for the that Fey match, because once I knew that the Baron Guards would have been free, since I can have successful cover with ribbon that protects from mages, so that became free. And then also ribbon also does a whole bunch of hard work against evil once I get to crush phase.
Yeah. After that point, it was just a very It was just a sprint to the end once you found the darkness crystal at the top of the tower.
Mm.
And with Facade, you could fade like one of the other objectives, and you chose the giant, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I could fade anything, that giant is pretty high up there. There's two bosses with funky agility. I mean, no, it's a hard pass if I can avoid it.
So just a little bit about your early game strategy. What are you looking for at the start?
So basically, in terms of like my early game strategy, I'm generally looking for, and it really depends on party to party, but I'm looking for a certain amount of money to then help fuel, basically find a way to fuel early game. So yeah, it just so happened we started with the Earth Crystal, and so basically, I think early game was for this seed. This early game was pretty straightforward. You just loot that treasury, get 500, 600 bells or something like that, and then basically start going shopping for for something with the two characters I had to just push through. Like, so I bought that Leviathan, even though I could try to find the Bahamut, but at that point, Leviathan is good enough. It'll help me get through early game. Crystal rings also helps to build agility manipulation. Also, enable to get more turns. Also important in that seed was the fact that I checked Kaipo and saw that there was a Cecil in the bed, which meant, which dictated a few purchases later on. But yeah, my early game is all about getting information and finding the one thing to be able to push through this early game.
All right, thank you.
So I wanted to ask, if you find the Navi key that late on the hook route, was there any thought of just taking the two bosses there?
Not a chance. Since I knew I could, if it was the last chest, I think there might have been some merit. But the other issue is that it was a lunar. I knew it was a lunar sparkle. So, and at that point, it could have. If I didn't want to have to deal with an ogre pogo fight, if that wasn't there, and realistically speaking, like, and that's not discounting the first fight, could also be rude. So discretion in this case, discretion was the better part of valor.
Makes sense.
And I also just think it's not, the XP doesn't matter that much, and it's just so much quicker, especially since I have a warp caster, just warp out and then exit out.
Are we getting some music from you right now?
Yeah.
But first, in the crater.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go to flight school.
I heard Pancras classes are filling up.
Yeah, I'll have to sign up. Yeah. But yeah, I think, yeah, like my character choices were also kind of awkward, because I really wanted to make sure I kept that Kane through the second half of Dwarf, but I also wanted to make sure that Rosa got XP at some point, so that hence the ditching of Porum. But no, well then ultimately getting the Porum back and dumping Kane, so kind of an awkward one in that spot.
Any final thoughts on the seed?
I mean, this seed was, actually, it was pretty much straightforward. It was just find the darkness crystal as fast as you could. I know I left Football out on the table for the longest time, so if it was there, I probably don't win this. But I think that was the choice I made. That was the game I made. Yeah, I think, like I said, straightforward seed. Some funny jokes in the end, but yeah, just blow up the seed with two blink casters, two lurkers, and yeah, go to town.
Thank you for joining us. I believe Neon and Gray will be with us in just a moment, so welcome them in when they do come on in.
yeah, I guess thank you both of you for doing comms. Thank you, Sheep Launcher, for doing tracking. Thank you, Alistair, for rolling starting Earth Crystal. Thank you very much.
And hello, Neon. Lovely evening to you.
Oh, it is a great evening to not fight Demist at Bahamut.
Yeah, we saw that. You just took a look at the and just went, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, like I saw the finish come in and I thought, you know what? If I can bang these next objectives out, I'll go for it. But you know, if they're ugly, I'm not gonna keep myself here. I'm not gonna keep everyone here. Watch me chip through all that because it's like, you know, I can take him. It's just gonna take more work that I really want to put into right now. So whatever.
I fully understand that because, like, I have had scenes where I'm just like, look at what I have yet to do and go, I'd rather not. I'd rather go do other things. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, no matricide today. Ready, we'll
That's good.
finish with tea with our mom, not battle with our mom.
So tell us what you thought about the early game.
Forced magma, is it? Like, I think there was a spot there where I was like, I literally took a couple seconds to like double check. No, this is forced magma, and it wasn't a lie. The magma key was above ground level. Sort of.
Kinda. You didn't have to go down. You definitely didn't have to go like down a couple of stories in a tower to like find it. Definitely not.
Yeah, it's like I mean I definitely also just I spent really just too long just wandering around and picking up junk, and you know I could have streamlined that a lot better, but what you gonna do? But the team had already lost for the week, so fortunately nobody was relying on me for anything, so that's good.
Yeah. And you finally got into go mode after clearing out the entirety of the tower and actually finding value in there for once.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, honestly, with K-Trap, I honestly generally really like the keyless tower, just because, you know, it's 5 checks, and it's 5 checks that aren't in Sylph Cave, where, you know, you have to pay me to go to Sylph Cave, I'm sorry.
Self-K checks are slow, tedious, and like there's a million of them.
Yeah, I would prefer not. So, Babel, it's the way to go.
I will agree with you on that.
Just gotta be able to get there.
So, anything else you like, you know, want to say about the seed?
Nah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like, you know, once I saw that Cecil there in Kaibo 2, that really adjusted a lot of things too, especially when I came up with that crystal sword out of Eblan, because, you know, one or the other, you can kind of go about your day, but you have both, and it's like, yeah, he's gonna be here, and so
Might as well go do our deals and checks up because there's 2 checks up there.
yeah. Well, I mean, that was also the objective too, which honestly I always like, because I like having a reason to go up there, because, you know, I like Zot. It never pays off. There's never anything good in there. But I don't know. I just think it's neat.
This is neongrey, and they think Zot is neat. I tend to agree.
I mean, I got a Cecil out of it, so that was good. But what was that? A cat claw? No, thank you. It's always
Okay.
fun to get to reset out of Antline, though. That's always fun.
Hey, here's a defense sword. Oh, you already have one in your inventory. Bye.
Do I know warp yet? No? Okay, see ya. But no, I think that's it for the seed for me.
All right. Thank you for joining
That's
us,
completely fair.
Neon.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for putting on a show, and yeah, I'll see y'all later. Have a great evening, everyone.
Later. That was Neon Gray. They are a wonderful runner. Please go give them a follow. Don't think you can give them a like on Twitch.
And I believe with this, that will do it for us. I'll do it for us tonight. And we're going to be sending you all over to Funnel Cakes, who is running some potion party practice.
That we will. It has been a wonderful evening with you, Andrew.
A great time with you too, Starman, as well as Sheep Launcher, pushing all the buttons, also rolling the seed, opening a race room, restreaming, putting out fires.
I have been